QX. QX said, Joe, you spoke about the EF not always needing to be on top of the ecosystem. Can you talk about the Sigmanaut program a little bit? Sure, that's a great question, QX. The Sigmanaut program is a collaborative group that takes community members that want to contribute to the development of the Ergo network in some way. And it kind of creates this group mechanism where, you kind of come in and say, okay, what's your skill set? How would you like to contribute? How much time, energy do you have? Over time, I do think that the Sigmanaut program will probably form a DAO. I would love to see some funding, not only from the Ergo Foundation, but potentially for projects, because now you have this internal, let's call it a service-oriented DAO, to where you have writers, you have technologists, you have graphic designers, you have all of these services that, if you build on the Ergo blockchain, you might need, right? And instead of going to some external actor, you kind of have the ability to pull from pooled community resources, right? And having that internal peer-to-peer economy is a great idea in terms of building awareness, content, services that any project would already need, right? I do think that over time, having that feedback of people that have their boots on the ground in the ecosystem gives a better perspective. Sometimes that's a difficulty in decentralized systems, when you do have like an entity in charge that, they kind of have a warped perception from, I don't know, in some cases like the ivory tower syndrome, right? To where they don't really have boots on the ground. They don't understand kind of the reality of the user experience, or the difficulties, bottlenecks, areas that need support. So having that community-oriented program, in my opinion, is huge long-term. I would recommend everybody that wants to be an active peer in a peer-to-peer network, look into the Sigmanaut program, because it's a great group. What do you think, Alex?
Recently I did participate in a Sigmanauts call. Actually, it was very good. So I believe soon maybe it will be better performing than EF's marketing group. So eventually, EF. Maybe we'll stop performing marketing internally even.
Yeah, I think over time that makes a lot of sense. It is kind of, will probably fall more to projects on top of the network, because ideally the Ergo base itself remains neutral, right?
Right. So, maybe in the future, so it would make sense to have, more like association-like entity, right?
Yeah. I think that's a good plan moving forward. Now, maybe it's something that we start to put in motion in terms of, let's say, the roadmaps that we're coming together for the next phase.